Hi guys, welcome to my channel. I know it's been forever. I really have no words, but today I just wanted to film something and try a couple of new things that I've gotten. I mean, I have a ton of new stuff, but I have yet to get through it. And I've been posting stuff on my Instagram, and if you aren't following me on Instagram, it is at Trishthedishbeauty. I suggest you follow there. I'm a little more active on there than I am on YouTube. It's just easy, let's be honest. You don't have to edit anything. You kind of just take your pictures and you post them. But there have been a ton of new releases and collaborations, and you know, it gets overwhelming. It gets really overwhelming, and for a person that doesn't get PR, and I'm not complaining, but you know, it's kind of hard to catch up with a lot of stuff. So today I wanted to play with this palette. This is the GRWM collaboration with BeBellaCosmetics. I haven't tried BeBella on my channel. I have tried them, like their eyeshadows and stuff. I have tried their palettes, and I have a couple of looks on Instagram. It's a warm tone palette, as you can see here. They did come out with two collaborations. I do have the other one, but this collaboration includes an eyeshadow palette. It does have a pair of lashes here, and this, I hope you can see, this is what the lashes look like. I hope you can see that. I'll try to pop them out before I put them on my face. And then it also has a highlighter, which I have in a basket over here under a bunch of stuff. So I'm just gonna go ahead and get started. I'm gonna zoom you guys in a little bit so you guys can see the eyeshadow application. I'm not really gonna talk about the makeup process. I just kind of want to talk and chat with you guys. I'm not really doing like a formal tutorial or like a first impressions or anything. I just want to try some things. If I have a comment, of course I will let you guys know or anything, but I'm gonna go ahead and zoom you guys in. Okay, I don't want to get any closer than this. This is pretty good for me. So I'm just going to take this palette. I'm just going to do one side on camera and then I'll finish the other side off camera. But this is the palette. It's a bunch of warm shades. They have the shade names, which is really nice. It has a nice little mirror on here. It's a good mirror. It's not like a cheap warpy mirror. It has a little thing on the back and it says, "Maybe I'm not Superwoman, maybe I'm not Wonder Woman, but I'm unbreakable. They're not gonna break me." And then it has GRWM, her signature on the back. So I wanted to do a cut crease, but I feel like I do cut creases all the time. It's a really cute palette. Like I said, it's a bunch of warm colors, so it's not something that's like something that not everybody has. And I really do like BeBella eyeshadows. I feel like they're really good. They're pretty pigmented and they're very nice. I'm just going to dip in. Ooh. It has a lot of kickback. And then, so there hasn't been much going on with me, honestly. I've just been working a whole lot and it's summertime. These eyeshadows are super, super soft. They're pigmented, but they're really soft. So if you have a really heavy hand with your eyeshadows, I don't know, I'm not even really digging into the shadow. I'm kind of just laying my brush onto the shadow, and it's picking up a ton, and it has a lot of kickback. That's looking really nice. Like I said, it goes on really smooth. There is, like I said, a lot of kickback. As you can see, I barely tapped my brush in there and it has a lot of kickback. So I think the next one I'm going to go in with, if I can find my brush, use this one. It has a little bit more of a taper. Just want to deepen up my crease area. I'm gonna go into Ovarios, I don't know. It is right here, this kind of like reddy brick. That's more of like a cooler brick undertone, and it's about the same amount of kickback. I'm just gonna put that at the bottom. This is a really nice palette. I really love the colors in it. I mean, like, who doesn't like more colors? It's very like user friendly. It's very everyday. So this is a palette that you'll get a lot of use out of. These are so smooth. They're so smooth and they're so pigmented. It's really nice. I'm trying not to tap off the excess because there is like a lot that gets picked up on the brush. It's not like bothersome or anything. It's not falling out onto my face, which is really nice. And it's blending out very, very nicely. I'm just gonna go back in with that other brush, pick up a little more of the Bella, and then go over the top. Ovarios. I think it's Ovarios. If you know, leave it down in the comments. I'm trying to do more of like a rounded shape, and that's what it's looking like right there. It's a really nice palette. Like I said, it's pigmented. I did set my eyelid very lightly with a bit of translucent powder. I just do that because I have hooded eyes and I don't want my primer to crease. But for setting my primer, this is really nice and pigmented. My dog just fell off the couch, if that's something I heard. So that's what we're looking like there. I'm going to go in with a smaller tapered brush. This is just one that I got off of Amazon. I think I'm gonna go back into that brick kind of berry sort of shade, and I'm going to pack this on the outer corner and then kind of take this to the crease. That's how that's looking there. I love how I said I wasn't going to do a formal makeup tutorial, but everything I've been talking about lately, I mean, like in this video, has just been about makeup and the application of it. I really do not know how to do like chit chat, get ready with me's. I want to be able to just do a video where I'm talking to you guys. It's not about the makeup, it's just something that shows you guys my actual personality, because when the passive videos that I've been watching, that I've been filming for you guys, I feel like they're really dry, and I don't want to say I'm a really talkative person. When I first meet somebody, I'm pretty quiet. I kind of am one of those people who is going to observe the things that you're talking about, the way you talk about them. I think it's mostly for my benefit, just so that I don't say something stupid, something that's going to offend you, because I have a very weird sense of humor. I'm not easily offended. I'm probably the person that's going to offend you, because I cuss a lot, and it's really bad. I try not to. Yeah, I say curse words a lot, and I tone it down a lot for my channel because I just, you know, I'm honestly just trying not to be that person on YouTube that gets everything demonetized. Not that my freaking tutorials are monetized anyway, but I'm just trying to do better. Wow, I really love this eyeshadow. They blend out so nicely. They're very pigmented. Like I said, there is a lot of kick up in the pan, but it is turning out beautiful. So I'm just going to go ahead and deepen this up. What do I want to use? What do I want to use? I think I'm going to take this. Actually, no. This is a little too. I'm going to take this little Jessup brush. It has a little point, and I'm going to go into. I think I want to keep it. I'm going to do a berry. No. I'm going to go into Goddess, which is this brownie shade right here. I was going to go into Survivor, but I think I want to keep it more neutral. Two lip options. One's like a bright red lip because I was thinking I wanted to do like a red lip. But I think I'm going to stick with the nude. Did add a little deepness. I have this little fold right here, and for some reason if I don't pack shadow in there, shadow will not grip right there. I have this little area and it drives me nuts sometimes. Ooh, I don't know if it's my fault or if it's makeup. It's looking a little patchy. But that could be my primer, which some shadows do that to me with this primer. It is more of a drier base primer. It's the LA Girl Pro Primer. It's one of my favorites because I do have oily lids. Looking a little better. I'm actually going to go ahead and dip into Survivor. I'm going to use a fluffier brush, not something that's like crazy. I wasn't going to cut my crease, but I think I am. I just think it would look way better if I cut my crease. My work has been a lot better. I know the last time I think I talked to you guys and like Get Ready With Me, I was talking about how awful work was because we're so short staffed. Not that we have the staffing that we need, we are still pretty short, but it's gotten way better in the past couple of months. I'm kind of scared of using my transition shade, which is called Bella, so much because I feel like I'm going to hit pan on it really quickly. It's just so soft. Yeah, I think I'm going to go ahead and cut my crease. I do have heart shape tape in here, and I guess that is what I'm going to go ahead and use. I'm just going to use my concealer. I'm going to cut my crease, and then I'm gonna put something on the lid, probably like 2 shades or something. So I'm just taking my Tarte Shape Tape, and I'm going to put a little on the back of my hand. Very, very little. You don't need much at all. You can see there that little dot. Taking my concealer brush, and I'm just going to flatten both sides, and I'm going to cut my crease. I kind of like to lay it down at the lash line, and then since I do have hooded eyes, I'm going to go ahead and look up, and have a little bit of transfer there. I'm actually going to take it a little further out. There we go. And do that. And now kind of have an outline. Now I'm just going to take my finger and tap out this edge right here and kind of get the excess concealer off. I do have a towel down here. I'm just going to take a shader brush and let's see which one I want to put on here. Mirame. It's called Mirame. This one's a really pretty one. It's like a pinky rose gold sort of color, and Princess is also a very nice color. I think I'm going to use Mariposa on the inner corner, but I'm not sure what I want to use. Should I keep it pinky? Maybe we'll keep it pinky. But it looks really warm and coppery, so what to do? I think I'm gonna go ahead and go in with Unbreakable and then put Mariposa in the corner. So Unbreakable is going to go on the outer portion of my cut crease, and I'm just going to wet that with a little bit of setting spray. This is just the e.l.f. one. I like this one. It works good. It's very inexpensive, but it gets the job done. Oh my goodness, that's beautiful. Very, very happy with that color. It's a true copper. He's gorgeous. Probably should have went in with it dry just to see if it had the same effect. But I wet all my shimmer shadows. It's just something that I like to do. I'm gonna take this to about there. Make sure I have it all the way up. And then I'm gonna take my little handy dandy towel and wipe that off. They have been, makeup companies have been coming out with so much new stuff. It's like so hard to keep up. It's just crazy. I feel like it's gotten out of control. I love makeup, but yeah, it's a lot. So I'm going to go in now with this shade. It's called Mariposa. It looks like a really nice, like, maybe like a white gold. This one, let's go ahead and try going in dry, and then if we need a little more, oh my god, yep, it's a true like white gold. It's beautiful dry, but I'm going to wet it. I just like wetting my shadows. For one, it makes the shadow more metallic, and secondly, it just gives it more, it gives you kind of more, sorry about that, it gives you a little more control over the shadow, especially if you're doing like a cut crease like this. So I'm just going to take this and wiggle it between the two, get it to blend. Now you're going to do this a couple of times because it's not just going to magically blend. You're going to have to go back and forth and back and forth. So now I'm taking the other side of the makeup brush and I'm kind of just wiggling between the two. And then I'm going to kind of clean that off a little bit. Go back into Mariposa. I know I'm butchering that. I can feel it. Comments. There we go. So you see that? How it kind of like melts into the other color? It's just giving me a little more brightness on the inner corner, which is something that I like, and I feel like it's gonna look really nice with the lashes, with her lashes. They're a little more fluttery, a little more, they're still pretty dramatic, but they have that kind of winged out effect to it. I'm gonna leave that there, and I'm going to blend out this outer corner. I'm gonna go back in with that GSA brush. I'm gonna dip into Survivor, and then this outer corner. Go back into Goddess and keep it on the outer edge. That's what the makeup look is looking like. I will have the website and also the kits and the eyeshadow palettes and everything linked down in the description bar if it's something that you're interested in. So I think I'm going to put like a liner, like a little thin line. Well, actually I'll probably start off thin and get thick out in the outer corner. I'm not going to do a wing because the lashes do kind of flare out, like I said. Try to take it out of here so you guys can actually see what the lashes look like. The packaging is beautiful, and so like you see they wing out a little bit. I don't want to do a wing liner. I'm just going to do like a little line, but I'm gonna go ahead and finish this side off camera, and then I'll come back and we will finish, or not finish, well, we'll kind of just do the face, and like I said, we'll just kind of talk through it, chit chat for a little bit. So I'm gonna go ahead and pop off here, finish this side of the eye. I'm not gonna put on the lashes just yet. I usually don't do that until after I finish my face. I just feel like with the translucent powder that I use and stuff, I don't like it when it gets caught in the lashes. So I will be right back. Alright, so I just put a little bit of liner on my lash line, and this is what the eyeshadow is looking like. For some reason, this eye always turns out better than this eye. I don't know what it is. I don't know if it's because I do this side first. I need to try doing this side first. But I'm just going to prime my face. I'm using the Benefit Porefessional. I have a ton of these little minis. Like I have way too much. I'm just going to press that into this area right here. Since I've been doing some different stuff with my skin, my pores aren't as prominent. I don't want to say big because they're not like huge, but they're just not as noticeable. I don't know if it's because of different stuff I'm trying with my skincare or the way I'm applying my makeup now. My problem area now mostly is right here. I have fine lines that I like to make go away, but that's all I'm going to do for my face. And then I'm just going to use the Too Faced Born This Way. I actually haven't used this foundation in a while. I'm just going to, I did 2 pumps on the back of this translucent powder, and I just have an e.l.f. sponge here. I'm going to go ahead and use that and do my face. So this is the foundation. Like I said, I did 2 pumps, and this is in the shade Natural Beige. It's a really good color for me, the shade match. It looks a little more washed out because of the lights, but in real life, this is actually a really good color if it doesn't oxidize, which I don't remember this foundation oxidizing because been a really long time. And this is also something that I haven't used in a while. This is the Tarte Shape Tape. I've been really stuck on my I like the Flower Beauty one, and also I really have been liking the ColourPop concealer. I don't use a lot of this. Lately, my sort of makeup routine has been changing. I don't like to use like a ton of concealer. I like the brightening effect, but I've been trying not to use as much. The one thing that I probably haven't really like stopped is powder and my baking. I just love the way it makes my skin look. It makes it look so smooth. So that's something that I haven't really changed a lot in my wow, that is right in my makeup routine. That is beautiful. Why don't I use this concealer? Really nice concealer. I don't know why I haven't picked it up in a while. looks really nice and smooth. That little bit that I used has really brightened up my skin. It's really nice. I usually do my forehead, so I'm gonna go ahead and do that. A little bit. And actually I already kind of did my nose, so I'm just gonna go ahead and leave that right there. I feel like that's almost too much. This is the e.l.f. sponge, the e.l.f. makeup blending sponge. I really like this one, but the thing is I feel like they're not really consistent, because I do have another one and it's not as porous as this. I'll show you guys maybe in another video what I'm talking about, because I cannot be bothered to get up and go get it. But this concealer, man, I have been missing out. I just really like using drugstore products. I feel like that's where I started, and also the drugstore has been putting out a lot of great makeup lately. And I prefer using that because I don't feel as guilty running out of stuff from the drugstore, because it's so easily accessible and it doesn't cost as much. Wow. This foundation is really, really, really nice. I really like it. I need to use it more often. So that is what my base is looking like. I know I look really ghostly, but the lights aren't doing me justice. So I'm just going to set my under eyes. I love the Coty Airspun. I've been using it for a very, very long time. And I don't feel like I need to use anything else. It gives my skin a really nice smoothing effect. And the one thing I could probably do without is the smell. It doesn't really like bother me, but I know for a lot of people that's the reason why they don't use this powder, is because the smell is so intense. I really like to make sure that it is pushed in. And then I know I look so ghostly. And now I'm just gonna take a powder foundation. This is one from e.l.f. I haven't used this yet. This is the Sheer Tint Finishing Powder, and it's in the light medium. And I'm just going to take this on a powder brush and like push this into my skin. I haven't used this, like I said, so I don't know what it's really gonna do. I'm not really looking for coverage. I just want to set my makeup down and make sure that everything is in place, and then I kind of like to buff. Make sure everything looks nice and smooth. I'm telling you, this is such a great shade match, but because the lights are so bright and it's reflecting off my face, it looks really crazy. So, and then I'm just going to take a brush like this, and I'm really going to work in this powder, the translucent powder. I really like baking usually, but lately I've been trying this thing where I kind of just press the powder in, and then I'm kind of just sweeping it off. as we get older, our skin changes so much, and you kind of have to adapt to it. When I started my channel, I think I was 28, close to 30, or maybe I was 30. It had to be, yeah, like I had just turned 30 when I started my channel, so my skin is a lot different from then. I am 34. I turned 34 in January. Just water. I'm going to go ahead and add some dimension to my face because I seriously need it. I'm going to go in with one of my favorite bronzers. This bronzer, if you like a bronzer that has like a reddy tone to it, which is something that I personally really like, I like bronzers that have more of a red undertone to it. This one is beautiful. This is the Nutra Healthy Skin Bronzer in the shade, it says 30 Sunkissed. It's just a beautiful bronzer. I feel like because I do have more of like an olive to warm undertone, bronzers that have sort of more of a reddish tint to it, they just tend to look a lot more natural, a lot better on me, as opposed to something that's more neutral and more on the cooler side. Those kind of tend to look a little more muddy on me. So a lot of the times when I'm doing like my contour or my bronzer, I pick something that's just a little more warmer because it's just something that looks better on me personally because of my skin tone. But this bronzer, it's really buildable, it's so smooth, so nice, and it's pretty cheap. I don't remember how much exactly I paid for it, but it's a really great deal. Now I'm not looking as ghostly, as you can see. It just gives you a really nice like bronze sort of color. Of course it's a bronzer, like I said. And now for my contour, I'm using the WetnWild Dolce de Leche contouring palette, and this is what it looks like. It has a brightening shade and a contour shade, and I kind of like going around this like on my edges and to sort of blend it out, especially like under my chin. But I really love this brush. It's kind of like a kabuki brush. It's from Japanesque, and I just feel like this gives me a really nice chiseled look. So I just took that on my brush and I'm going right here. It's so pretty. It's such a fluffy brush that when you put on your contour, it blends it out at the same time. Whereas if you're using something like this, it's still going to do the job. It's a little more precise, but it's going to take a little more time blending out because it's so small and it's so dense. This contour powder is so soft and it blends out really nicely. This just does all the work for you, I'm telling you. And it's not one of those brushes that are meant to lift your product in your face. Some of them do that. My dogs are gonna start barking, just letting you know right now. And I am going to use the brightening powder in this. I'm going to take it on this little Equal 2 sponge and I'm just going to kind of rub it in here. I like to do this to carve out my contour Not that I need to carve it out anymore, it's just something that I'm so used to doing. So I'm gonna go ahead and carve it out just like that. I just like to have it like a really nice chiseled look, and it doesn't leave like a harsh line. It does blend out. Here's the lower. And now I'm going to go in with my blushes. I'm going to take a little bit of this one. I'm going to use 2 of them today. I'm using this one from e.l.f. It's their primer infused blush, and it's called Always Rosy. It kind of reminds me of Melba from MAC. It's not too warm, not too cool. It's just a really nice sort of fleshed color. I'm just working that into my cheek area. Okay. Now, since I want just a tiny bit more glow, I know I'm going to get glow from my highlighter, but I want to use a little bit of this one. This is Luminoso. Oh no, this is Berry Amore from Milani. It's one of their kind of like baked blushes. Very, very pigmented. I just want to use just the tiniest bit to give my cheeks a little more glow and a little more color. Now I'm going to go ahead and go into the highlighter. This is the packaging for the highlighter. Very similar to the palette, and it has the unit carton that slides out. It also has that little message on the back from Jenny, and then a little mirror, and this is what the highlighter looks like. It's a gold highlighter. One of my favorites. I love anything that's gold, white gold. I do like pinky highlighters every now and then, but I'm more partial to this. Is seriously some glow. I thought it was going to be a little chunky, but actually it's laying down very nicely. It's very soft. It's very intense. So I'm going to put this side. I think I went a little more overboard than I am. I'm just going to take my blush brush and kind of go over it just to make sure it's all blended in. I really do like it. It's really intense. I'm going to take a little more and go ahead and go down the center of my nose. That's where I usually like to have the highlight, like down my nose, right here, and then kind of at the tip. I know a lot of people like the nose highlight, but you don't have to if you don't want to. But I love the way it looks in my Cupid's bow. Center of my face is highlighted. I don't like doing anything with my forehead because I do have oily skin, and a lot of the times, let me tell you, those oils are going to peek through soon enough. So now that that's all done and finished, I'm actually going to take my brush right here, dust off this brightening powder. they're not really a line, it just brightens up that bottom area. I'm gonna go ahead and bring it up right here. You just have to really buff it out. I'm gonna go ahead and finish the lower lash line, so I'm gonna zoom you guys in. I'm gonna make a little switch of the baskets. So you got little baskets here. It just makes it a lot easier if I keep my face products and my eye products like, you know, separate. I know, I told you guys I was gonna do my under eyes on camera, but my camera overheated and it was taking forever for it to cool down. So I went ahead and just did my lower lash line. I just took all the matte shades that I used on my crease and on my outer corner, and I just smoked out my lash line. What I typically do is I kind of start with the darkest color and then work my way down to smoke it out. And I used my favorite gel liner. This is the LA Girl, I think it's called the Glide On Gel Eyeliner. I used this on my tight line and my waterline. And then I just took my Benefit Bad Gal Bang Mascara, coated my top and bottom lashes. And then for my lips, I have a combination of stuff. I used the Palladio Walnut Lip Liner. And then I used the Maybelline Blushing Beige Lipstick. It's just a cream, like a cream sheen lipstick. Then I used a little bit of this. This is the NYX Soft Matte Lip Cream in London. And then I wanted a glossy lip, so I just finished it off with the NYX Butter Gloss and Fortune Cookie. So that's what I have on my lips, and I didn't do anything else. I decided to go ahead and break out the lashes, which I showed you guys the packaging. I did take it out of the little plastic thing. These lashes are called Unforgetable, like the palette. And I already have a coat of mascara on. I'm gonna go ahead and just put some glue on the lashes. They're really wispy and like fluttery. They're not really thick. I'm using the Duo Latex Free Lash Glue. I really love this lash glue. It doesn't take very much to get these lashes to stick. And then I'm just going to use my tweezers. Just blow on it a little bit. If you're a makeup artist, I know this is really cringy, but the thing is I'm putting this on my own eyes. I'm not putting it on anybody else's. So I'm just blowing on it to get it to dry a little bit, so the glue gets a little tacky. I just put a little bit of glue on it. You don't need very much. Now what I like to do when I apply my lashes is I kind of like to look at a mirror down. So I have my little mirror here. I'm going to look down. Like so. And I kind of just like to move it around so that I can make sure that it's close to my lash line. And there you go. These are really long. They're not really dramatic. They're really nice and wispy, and they're really light. And if you're a beginner at lashes, I feel like this is going to be a little on the easier side for you. I personally don't mind lashes with a thick lash band. I know some people say that they don't like lashes like that, but I feel like those are actually more easier for me personally to put on. So I have glue on this one now. Now I'm gonna see if I can get this side. It's probably going to be about the same. Actually, let me see if I can zoom you in a little bit. Like I said, I like to look down and voila. I like lashes like this because they have also the curve that it has in the packaging. It makes it so much easier to put on, and that is what the lashes are looking at. Like, they're so long and fluttery and wispy, beautiful. This is the completed makeup look in the entire Jenni Rivera. I don't know if it's Rivera or Riviera. I need to probably look at that. But if she has, I know she has an Instagram account because I did look at that. I don't know if she has a YouTube channel, but I will have all her socials linked down below. I will also have the palette and the products that I used in the description bar, but mainly the palette and the collection linked in the description bar. Hopefully you guys enjoyed this. I do want to film some other videos. I know somebody was asking me if I could do an eyebrow routine and then a lash application tutorial. I do want to do those. I need to buy a couple of lashes that I think are beginner friendly for you guys, because honestly a lot of my lashes are like drag queen lashes. They're really thick and they could be a little more difficult for beginners to use. But my skin is, I'm like, I don't mean to toot my own horn, but I feel like my skin looks amazing. That primer and the foundation and the concealer, I feel like everything just meshed together. Oh yeah, I forgot. One more thing that I did was I did spritz my face with this Purelessence Rose Water Hydrating Face Mist. If you guys enjoyed this, get ready with me. I hope I can film something else as well tomorrow. I do want to film the other half of this collaboration as well. It is more of a cooler tone palette, so we'll see. It's probably going to be something a little more smoky. If you guys have any questions about the makeup that I use, everything's going to be listed in the description bar. And also if you have any other questions, comments, or suggestions for makeup videos or any kind of videos in general, go ahead and leave them in the comment section down below and I will get back to you as soon as I can. Thank you so much for subscribing, staying subscribed, and all you newbies that have subscribed to my channel, thank you so much. Welcome. And that's about it. Hope you guys have an amazing day. Thank you so much for clicking on my video, and don't forget to give this video a thumbs up if you like these types of videos or if you just like my channel. And yeah, I will see you guys on my next video. Bye guys.